Hello again, YouTube. This is comparing movie scenes to life. I told y'all it's gonna be a lot of Rocky Balboa scenes. Check this one out.
Living with you, it hasn't been easy. People see me, but they think of you. Now with all this going on, this is gonna be worse than ever.
It don't have to be.
No, sure it does.
Why? You got to.
So, what's going on this is Sylvester Stallone was listening to his son. His son was venting, but then he had to school him up on how life works. Check this out. Let me get my cup out the way. Man, straighten this out. But just pay attention.
A lot going on, kid.
What, my last name? That's the reason I got a decent job. That's the reason why people deal with me in the first place. Now I start to get a little ahead. I start to get a little something for myself. And this happens. Now I'm asking you as a favor not to go through with this, okay?
So what he was basically doing is he was trying to stand on his own 2 feet. And then Rocky decided to go back to boxing. So all the attention that he was getting for himself, finally, now it was back on Rocky again. But Rocky, man, I'm telling you, let me just keep going.
This is only going to end up bad for you, and it's going to end up bad for me.
You think I'm hurting you?
Yeah, in a way you are.
That's the last thing I ever wanted to do.
I know that's not what you want to do, but that's just the way that it is. Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke, and that I'm going to be included in that? Do you think that's right? Do you?
First of all, he shouldn't have been talking to his father like that. And how he got schooled up, he definitely deserved it.
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up to say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world.
Rocky was trying to divert. He didn't want to get him.
He's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good.
So he told him, basically, what he was telling Rocky is the name was getting him where he was at. Obviously, Rocky disagreed. He said, you stop being you. So, I mean, clearly he doesn't agree with the things that his son said originally about him getting everything he got from his name.
And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know.
And ain't that most people? When things get hard, look for something to blame, right?
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it.
Man, ain't that the truth? No matter how tough you are, you gonna be down sometimes. But like he said, if you let it, it's gonna beat you down to the point that you allow.
You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard.
And so he gonna give him a lesson as to why he got where he got. Let's rewind. I want you to hear that again. Let's go back to
knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life.
So he said, you, me, or nobody's gonna hit as hard as life. How many people you done seen die? How many people you done seen that's sick right now? How many people you've seen that you've seen betrayal, you've seen selfishness. We, you and me.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can.
So he said, it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Remember how Duke, Apollo's manager, he didn't even really want the rematch with Rocky because like he told Apollo, I saw you beat that man like I never seen you beat nobody. And he just kept coming after you. And that's because that's how he is. You know, this character is how we need to be. Everything he's saying is how we need to be.
Take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
So he said that's how winning is done. And I definitely agree. You got to keep moving forward when you take your hits. You know, but of course, sometimes you got to know when to let go, when to let this go, when to let that go, when to let this person go, when to let this job go, when to let this ambition go. You got to know what you need to go after, like he's saying.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not put...
He said, now, if you know what you're worth, go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits. I know firsthand. There's been situations where I should have took a little more hits. But I said, nah, I got tired of taking them hits. And you end up quitting and you end up taking an even bigger hit.
Fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody.
He said, don't point fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Like he said, you got to keep moving forward.
Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
So he said that's what cowards do. I kind of agree with that. He said that ain't you. You're better than that. So he basically kicking them in the butt and picking them up and encouraging them at the same time. And then hit him. Look at his face.
I'm always going to love you no matter what. No matter what happens.
Say, y'all, he's going to
You're
love
my
him.
son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't going to have a life.
And this was the most important part of what he said. He said, until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have no life. And that's true. When nobody else believes in you, you got to believe in yourself and keep going.
Don't forget to visit your mother.
And he was done. And so am I. Thanks for watching.